Hi, folks. It's Keith Beardsley, a Tory 01, back with another blog and political comment. Now, I see Justin Trudeau has decided to inflict Carolyn Bennett on the Danes. I have to ask myself, what did the Danes do to get him that upset? It's certainly a different decision. I mean, anyone who has watched her in action over the years, this is probably someone who is definitely not qualified for the diplomatic corps or diplomacy that is involved with other countries. To her credit, she's won several elections, Toronto St. Paul's, and basically being their MP from 1997 to 2024 when she stepped down. Now, she went through a variety of positions, and especially when we were in opposition, we loved to attack her. For one thing, there was always something we could go on. And for another, she would respond and just go basically bananas whenever we asked her a question. So there were actually some days when we'd sit around and say, well, let's liven it up a little bit. Let's throw a couple of questions her way. It was always a good one to get all the benches going. Now, she served as Paul Martin's, I think it was Minister of State for Health. She served as Crown Indigenous Relations under Trudeau Mental Health and Addictions. Never really saw her as a good minister. There are lots of ministers that we would have a lot of respect for, not only because they could answer questions, but because they did a good job. Never saw her as really being very competent. Now, she did set up the Public Health Agency of Canada. So for those of you who remember the COVID-19 pandemic, Theresa Tam and all that, well, it gives you my idea of the Public Health Agency of Canada. Wasn't really up to the job. Now, the Toronto St. Paul riding, it's pretty safe Liberal territory. It's one of those ridings that if you have a star candidate, maybe you would want to put a star candidate in there. So what was the real reason that she was basically shipped off to Denmark? Who are the Liberals, i.e. Justin Trudeau, keeping that riding for? Who is the star candidate that they want to parachute into that riding whenever the next election comes along? Because a riding that's as safe as that one, that's where you put your big names. You don't let someone come up from the community. You put a star into that type of riding because you want that star as a minister later on. So here we go. It's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be watch the maneuvering. And let's see who JT puts into that riding. Keith Beardsley, aTory01.com, wishing you a great day.